Glad y'all was able to come out. I'm a little bit up under the weather, but I'm gonna ride it on through. You hear me? 7 years. Some people would call it completion, but I would call it Mike is still not home. Mike was my best friend. He was my best man in my wedding. It kind of gives people an idea of how close we were because anything that I had going on, he was there. Um, Coming to this space right here, the energy is just like it's like the energy bounces off all the walls out here. It's almost like it just happened. I can feel the energy of what was out here August 9, 2014. I can feel the chantings. I can still see the dogs barking at us. I can still see that dog barking and almost biting my daughter up on this hill that day. I can see people that I ain't never known in my life that stood up for somebody that they never knew, but they knew what was wrong, and they knew that they was going to stand up for something that they believed in because they people had just been disrespected and mistreated for 4.5 hours in the middle of the street and all over live and all over this country. Just to know that that happened and just to have to live with that trauma every day. I don't wish this on my worst enemy. We've been out here fighting and riding and going to talk to other families when they lose and just staying out here in the public and just trying to help people, that's going through, get some type of easement of pain. But I'm trying to help other families ease pain and we still hurting. So how do you help other families ease pain when you're still dying inside? I don't ever think that I ever be healed. I think all this pain will go to the grave. It probably will take me to the grave. I never say that I'm not trying to be in those spaces where healing is an option. But it all repeats itself. Every year it comes back around. Or anything excuse me.
Me and Mike have serviced 1,156 families in that time of grief. And I really think that's what keeps us going to be here for these families. Um, the fight continues. That's the best I could describe it. Um, Mike said the world was going to know his name. He was going to shake the world. He said in the Chinese restaurant in Ferguson, the day he graduated, and
August
those were
1st.
the August 1st, those were the words that uttered out of his mouth. And Mike was a jokester. He was real goofy. So when he was talking, of course, we laughed at him but we listened. But I didn't really realize that 8 days later, we would have to come and stand down here for 4.5 hours and not even know if that was him laying there. I mean, we had indications, the socks, the hat, the flip-flop, but who wants to believe that the kid that you just made sure he walked across the stage is now laying in the street dead? That was the longest and the hardest 4.5 hours for our family.
Love and support each other.
We must love and support each other.
We have nothing to lose but our change.
We have nothing to lose but our change.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to win.
Mike Brown.
Say his name.
Mike Brown.
Say his name.
Mike Brown.
Say his name.
Mike Brown.
Mike Brown means
We got to fight back.
Mike Brown means
We got to fight back.
Mike
Go on the
Brown
other
means
side.
We got to fight back.
Mike Brown means Fight back!
Fight back!